Quavo. Welcome to Danny's channel, Madame Blanche. Guys, I'm at it. Still at it. On the road. And I made a stop at a joint called BAKESHOP Classics. Guys, let me tell you something. When I step in here and I glance at the shelf and I say cinnamon roll, Dennis, have a weak spot for cinnamon roll. I said, hold on a minute, hold on. I said, this look like it's the real thing. And guys, I had to meet the owner. And here she is in front of me, the lovely Madame Blanche. She has a story. So let Dennis close up her mouth a bit and let Madame Blanche share. Madame Blanche, again, welcome to Diana's channel. Pleasure. You own this joint, I understand.
Yes.
Could you please tell me where you were born, for starters?
First of all, thank you for coming to my shop.
You're welcome.
And you're very welcome. And you're also welcome to Ghana. I've been in Ghana since 1970. And I've never lived in the States. The longest period I've been in the States was 6 weeks. So I've made this my home.
Madame Blanche, the 70s. How many years have you been living in Ghana?
54.
54 years.
Yes, 54 years.
What made you decide to come to Ghana?
I married a Ghanaian
Oh.
when I was living in Chicago. And he didn't want to remain in the States. And so I followed him to Ghana.
And 54 years later, you're here.
I'm still here.
How long have your bakery been
32
around?
years.
32 years.
32.
Did you have this type of business in the States?
No.
So when you came to Ghana, you just decided?
Yes. Well, no. When I came to Ghana, I took position as a secretary. So I did secretarial work for quite a few years. In fact, I was the secretary for the manager of Swiss Air for West Africa.
Yes.
For quite a few years, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to. My husband passed away, and
Sorry to hear.
Yes, I didn't want to leave because this was a better place for my children to grow up. So I stayed on, and I married another Ghanaian, not because I wanted to stay, but it was convenient.
So Madame Blanche, this is your second marriage?
It's my second marriage.
Okay. Second and last.
Inshallah.
And so after you did secretarial work for how many years?
About 20 years.
20 years, yeah. Mm-hmm. So how did you decide to get into the bakery?
Initially, when my husband passed away, I actually decided I have to go back to the States because although I was working for Swiss Air, you're on almost pretty much a local salary. Mm-hmm. And so raising your kids on that is not easy. Mm-hmm. But then I met my new husband, and he didn't want to go back to the States.
Mm-hmm. A Ghanaian also?
Yes.
He was Ghanaian, yes.
And so because when I had decided to go back to the States, I realized that I could retire at the age of 45 and still have flight privileges on Swiss Air for the rest of my life.
Wow.
So I decided I would retire, and I decided I would retire and stay here if I could, and do trading and stuff, and use my tickets for opening a business.
Yes.
But then a friend of mine suggested to me that she said, you're looking for something to do, but you bake very well. So why don't you have a coffee shop? So I immediately, it's like a light bulb, goes off in your head, And so I remember that many years ago, I used to bake cinnamon rolls and send them to shops in a car for sale.
Mm.
But then it came to a point where we couldn't get flour, so I stopped. And so I remembered, yes, I bake. So I decided to give a friend of mine one cake to take to her office. And she took it, and I said, okay, see if I get any orders for Christmas. And that was the beginning of my business. And I was
Ah.
just baking in my house. I was baking my cinnamon rolls, baking my cakes, and people would come to the house. And so, little by little, it expanded, and I had to get a little shop because my living room and my dining room would be covered with cinnamon rolls and cakes.
Mm. Mhm, mhm.
And
Wow.
so that's how it started. So
So how long have you been at this location? Okay, so
I've
where
been,
exactly is this place? Can you give us the
this is
location, please?
this is behind what was called the Old Trade Fair.
The Old Trade Fair.
Yes, and it's near Birmingham.
Ah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was. My first shop was on the main road, on the main Birmingham road.
Mm.
And it was just like two rooms, and I would stand in the front, taking my orders, and also at the same time mixing up my cake. So there'll be flour on my feet. And of course, I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and roll my dough for the cinnamon rolls and things. And gradually, I started to employ people to help me. Okay, so now in this location, I have 45 employees.
Wow.
So
So, Madame Blanche, how long have you, the bakery, been here at this
this
location?
location, 7 years.
7 years, and you have 45 employees.
Yes.
Now, you also do you cater, or let me rephrase this: do you bake and have your products at other locations, i.e., supermarkets, offices, or so?
No,
No.
no. Because then I can't control it.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
We have another branch at the Spintex area because my daughter has moved back to Ghana, so she takes care of that branch.
Okay, so there are two locations.
Two locations.
One presently here where we are, the
Yes.
trade.
Yes. It's called this one is called BAKESHOP Classics at Chado,
Okay,
and the other one is BAKESHOP Classics at Spintex.
and the next one is by Spintex.
Yes. So they're easy to. We're on the Google map.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Madame Blanche. 54 years. You have this bakery here been here for the past 7 years.
32 years.
32 years you have the bakery. We're at this location.
No, 7 years.
7 years at this location.
Yes.
So you used to operate from home. Now that you're out commercially and your bakery is established commercially, how do you find business in Ghana? Because you have a story. Because I came in here and I said, this place is thriving, right? We didn't have a lot of people as yet, but once I tasted, but by the way, guys, fish puff, I was a bit hesitant. I had to order some more. It is the real deal. So it's thriving, but with the whole market and what you have here, share that about business in Ghana and yourself.
Business in Ghana is difficult because the economy has gone down. Just from like about 2 years ago, things started to go down. So business is difficult, but I've realized that if you work hard, you can manage. You can get it going and keep it going, but it does take a lot of energy, and also you have to be calm. You have to be calm about everything. Whatever is going on, you just have to go with the flow and be calm about it, and realize that this is a different place, and so you can't do what you can't have the attitude here that you would have somewhere else.
Yes.
It's a completely different uh, process that you go through, and complaining also doesn't help. So you have to keep a positive attitude, and also try to make sure you get involved with the correct people. That can be difficult, okay, but business on a whole, I think most people are finding it difficult now, but I'm hoping, and everybody is hoping that things get better because, for instance, I find that I have not been able to really make very much profit in the last 2 years because it's difficult and because people don't have the money to buy luxury things. To me, these are luxury things. You know, people want kinky and fish. They want rice and stew, and so, but by the grace of God,
Yes.
birthday cakes have become a staple in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
And so, even if you just get a small one for your child, it's important. And this was not the case 54 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, people didn't really, they were not patronizing birthday cakes. But now it's become a big industry. And I'm glad and I'm happy that I was able to also be part of creating that atmosphere. So we've trained a lot of people, and some people have gone on to do their own businesses. And also, other people have set up businesses that came out of the need for us to have things. For instance, boxes, cake boxes.
Yes.
People now, there are now several companies doing cake boxes, and they're doing well. There are other companies who do the toppers and things that go on cakes, and they're doing well. So I think though that when you do something with food, as long as you can keep your price low, and that's what we also do. We try to keep our prices just so that we are borderline hang in there, and that way you can stay in business. If you want to make 100% profit on whatever you're doing, you will certainly go out of business.
What would you say to the diaspora that we are encouraging to come here and get involved and invest in Ghana? You've been here 54 years. You've started the business the last 2 years, where a lot of things are happening in the global space for the last 2 years. So it's not just Ghana. I'm coming from Jamaica. We're looking at the global space. You are here standing. It's not closed down. 45 Ghanaians are gainfully employed by you, Madame Blanche. Yes, me. What word would you have for the diaspora who wants to come in and want to try with Destination Ghana as a gateway, as I'm encouraging? What are some of the opportunities you can say? Then you got into the food, right? Is there any recommendation you can recommend for the diaspora who wants to come and live in Ghana like yourself, opportunity wise?
Marry Ghanaian.
Guys, you hear what Madame Blanche is saying? Madame Blanche. Guys, Madame Blanche, hold me with that one, Madame Blanche. Madame Blanche says, diaspora marry a Ghanaian.
Because you have a soft landing usually when you marry.
Right?
You know, when you marry a Ghanaian, the first thing you do is you acclimatize, and then also you learn part of the culture, and that goes a long way. Now, if you're already married, of course, that's a drawback.
Madame Blanche,
Yes.
persons want to come to Ghana. Give me 2 power words. You live in here looking fabulous, smiling in this bakery here. I want them to get a little snippet. Have you intention of leaving Ghana after 54 years?
No.
No. Have you ain't have any intention of closing down this bakery that, my God?
Inshallah, no.
So give me some words of encouragement to those in the diaspora who've seen you and say, boy, Lord, I won't come here.
Let's see.
Give us some words of encouragement to someone out there.
Well,
Because we have those who want to retire. They have their pension or whatever, that they will receive. Ghana. Sell Ghana for me, Madame Blanche.
well,
Please.
come in, and when you come in, get with, for instance, people who can advise you correctly. That is very, very important.
Yes.
That's why I said marry a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Because you see, if you have African Americans, Black Americans who are here, or people from the islands are here, and they are also they they have you have protection, and you have good advice. And so that's the best thing to do. You really do need you do need that protection and that guidance, and so you'll be okay. But also try and don't bring all of your money at one time. No,
In phases.
in phases.
Yes, yes, yes.
And also, if you're buying property, buy something which is already established, because that is sometimes there can be problems with land here.
Yes.
Yes, so you don't want to have that problem. Yeah. So
Madam Blanche,
Yes.
thank you so much for, again, this is spontaneous, you know. We just asked, you know, I asked to meet the owner, you came out, and this was good. So I am really grateful. I'm delighted with your presence on the Diners channel. I'm going to try to see if I could quickly let them see some of the pastries along here,
okay,
even though the persons are here.
when they move away.
Guys, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. God bless. May I say thank you. Let's look at some of the pastries very quickly. And then, guys, it's a wrap. Sorry. That's okay. It's quite busy in here, guys. I don't want to invade anybody's privacy. I just want to show you some of the things Madame Blanche has in here. Just showing the pastry. Don't worry, guys. You guys won't be on this. Cinnamon rolls, guys. Dan is love cinnamon rolls. I had all the fish puffs that were here. Guys, it's nicely decorated. As I say, nice and clean. You can actually have your pastry, eat your pastry here if you want. Until the next time, walk good. Again, God bless.